anything different, yeah? So I am live now on a new broadcast, so I don't know if you want to kind of come out and go back in again. It's just a thought. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because honestly, I've never been thrown so much because the difficulty is I actually don't know if there's anybody there, so I could just be playing to myself and kind of talking to myself for an hour. So that's the difficulty that I have, unfortunately. This is technology for you, isn't it, I suppose? So I've got another broadcast up at the moment. It'd be interesting to see if there's anybody there to join me or not, because it doesn't seem to be. Now then, I've got somebody on this new broadcast. Can you give me a comment? That would be good. If there's anybody here who can see this other live broadcast. I've got two people there now, but I can't see if you're commenting. Yes. Aha, so we have Scott here. I've got Green Mile here. Okay, folks, so the other broadcast is working. I've just got Scott with me at the moment, so I would suggest you come out of that current broadcast that you're in, okay, and try and re-log into the new broadcast. I'm going to end this broadcast now. Gee, I wasn't banking on this. It seems like you're the only one here, Scott. Seems like it's just me and you tonight, Scott. Nobody else is here. Okay, I've got a few of you here, guys, which is really, really good, okay? So, I can see you now kind of coming in, all right? So I've got Green Mile, I've got David Stanley. David, great to see you after all this messing about. Such a shame that it's gone like this. We've got Blacksmith as well there. We've got Green Mile, we've got Paul Hilliker. So we're kind of getting back to where we were, okay? Which is good because I'm able at least to kind of see you now. I'm able to see some of you. The only difficulty that I have tonight is that I don't have. Let me just see here a second. Where are we? I'm really sorry about this, folks. I feel like I've really let you down tonight, and it's nothing to do with me. Hey, Leo, good to see you. I don't know what's happened here tonight, unfortunately. So I can only apologise because we don't have any great audio or anything like that. It's just all gone wrong for me tonight, unfortunately. So I'm just going to. So look, I think it's kind of be good if some of you could say hello or something like that, and then I can see that there's some people here. You're not going to be able to see too much of me, I'm afraid, but maybe that's a bonus. Maybe that's a good thing, yeah? So what I'll do is I'll just play a little something, right, whilst we're waiting for other people to catch up and stuff and see how we go. It seems like 12 of you are here at the moment, or 11 of you, or whatever. At least that's some of you. So I've got Julie, yeah. I've got Jerry, I've got Andrew Marriott, Leo Gibson. I hope Pat's here too. Be good to see you. Let me just play you a tune, okay? Because we've had a real kerfuffle tonight. So I'm going to try and make up for it now. I'm going to play you a little bit of Big Bill Broonzy, which is what I was doing before everything went wrong. Goes like this. When did you leave heaven? How could they let you go? Hey, Bob. How's everything up in heaven? I would like to know. Why did you trade heaven for all these earthly things? Where did you leave your little halo? Where did you hide your wings? Now have they missed you? Or can you get back in? And if I kissed you, would it be a sin? I am only human, God knows it, but you are so divine. When did you leave heaven? Oh, angel of mine. How could they let you go? How's everything up in heaven? I would love to know. Why did you trade heaven for all these earthly things? Where did you leave your little halo? Well, we got there in the end, folks. Yeah, I've got a much smaller audience now as a result, but I'm glad to have some of you here with me. That's fantastic. Very, very fortunate to have you all here with me. Now, it's going to be a different show tonight, folks. Obviously, we've been dealt a kind of difficult hand tonight, so that's made some things a little bit more difficult than they should have been. So where I'm broadcasting to you now on my iPad, that had all my notes on for the show, which I can no longer see. So I've got to try and access them on my phone here, okay? So this is really a kind of curveball tonight, right? We're gonna work our way through one way or the other, all right? So that's fine. So that was that was a song called "When Did You Leave Heaven" by Big Bill Broonzy, and it's one that you can learn. I've done a lesson on it. Really nice track, not too difficult, and you can kind of just strum this, you know. You don't have to play all the kind of. You don't have to play all those difficult kind of parts. You can just strum this as a song. When did you leave heaven? How did they let you go? So it's a nice little strummer song. So I would suggest maybe checking it out if Big Bill Broonzy is your thing and stuff like that, okay? So one thing I wanted to talk to you about tonight was kind of... yeah, is it not too good? We've got another problem now, have we, Joe? How's that? I can't do a lot about this, you know. We're all with you, Joe. No hassle. It's sure feels like hassle tonight, Leo. It's not what I expected, but we've got to deal with these situations. So all I can hope is that you'll stick with me for this rather impromptu kind of Joe show. It's not usually what we're kind of like. Hey, Richard Balecki, great to see you. So one thing I was going to talk to you about tonight, there's people have expressed an interest in knowing about how to learn solos, okay? So this is obviously a topic which some of you are having some kind of difficulties with, and understandably so. I think the thing to maybe, you know, bear in mind with this kind of stuff is that it's about being able to hear it first and foremost, okay? So if you can't hear something, then it's going to be very, very difficult for you to play it. Okay, let me just, I've got all kinds going on here, folks. It's just unbelievable. So, yeah, it's very difficult to be able to play something unless you can actually hear it. Okay, now you might think, well, of course I can hear it. You know, I listen to the record and things like that, and I can hear what's happening, but I don't really mean that. What I mean to say is, if we think of something like, say, Satisfaction by the Stones or something like that, we all know how that kind of solo sounds, right? So we got this. Or whatever it might be, right? The point is that we can actually... well, I'm really, really pleased, guys. You're very, very kind, you lot. I'm lucky to have such a wonderful bunch of followers, you know. You're all very, very understanding about any of the problems that I encounter and things like that. You're so supportive. You're such a fantastic bunch of people. Really want to thank each and every one of you, because I do appreciate your perseverance. It's not exactly how I would have liked the show to have gone tonight, obviously. So coming back into this solo thing, okay, let me just grab my drink because it's been stressful. And I need my little drink here, okay. And do you know what? I've even drank my little drink. There's hardly any of this left now. So getting back to what I was saying to you about solos and things like that, I am lucky to have you, Katie. Very much indeed. I'm lucky to have each and every one of you tuning in every week. Right now, I mustn't get too sidetracked because I'm often saying hello to anybody who ever pops up on here and anything, and keep losing where I'm at, which is important. I don't do that. Okay, so as I was saying with the solos, if it's something that we can hear and memorize and we're familiar with, it becomes easier to play. Let's take Satisfaction as a result, like I was saying to you. You got this. We can kind of fiddle around because we know it, and that's what I mean by knowing it. We can actually hear it. What it means is we have a much better chance of reproducing it, okay? So if we play something wrong, for example, and we play, we know, no, that's not right. That's not how it goes. No, we know that's not right, okay? And because we know it, what it means is that we know when we've got it, like that's it, isn't it? And so that is the first step. That's what I mean when I say we need to be able to hear it. Not just hear it as in listen to it, but hear it as in reproduce it. Be able to reproduce it. So if we're kind of then going to go and learn something which we're struggling with, let's say, for example, the Layla solo. I'm not going to go into great depth here. What I'd really like to do is to be able to give you the tools to do what I'm kind of explaining here, as it were, okay? So we all know that we can figure this Satisfaction out because we've heard it so many times. I can't get on all the rest of it. Now, the reason that we struggle with something like, say Layla, for example, is because there's so much of it. It's not just 3 notes. So what you need to do in that situation is you need to break it down into sections. You need to break it down into sections that are manageable. And I'm sorry, because sometimes I get so distracted by the little things popping up here that I feel rude if I don't respond to everybody. But I'll do that, try and do that in between, else I'll get a little bit sidetracked. So what we need to do when we're learning a solo is exactly what we did with Satisfaction. We need to hear it. We need to be able to hear it. So we know that the solo on Layla kind of goes... And what we need to do is we need to break that down into really manageable chunks. And that is about the best way you can go about learning a solo. So, coming back to Satisfaction. We know all the kind of notes and everything like that. It's kind of fine, okay? But as I say, with the Layla example, there's just so much of it. It's very, very difficult. So to cut a long story short, what I'm saying to you is, if you want to have any hope of learning some of these solos, which can be, you know, whether it's a difficult solo or a relatively simple solo, we still need to just break it down into manageable chunks. Right now, I'm just going to breeze past this. I don't want to spend too long on this because we've had a lot of kind of issues this evening to detract from what I usually do. So the first part of the Layla solo goes like this. So you know all this kind of thing, but I've probably already passed the point at which you can remember the notes. So the secret is, if all you can remember of the solo is, that's fine. That's a good little section for you to work on, okay? That's a great way of you to get onto these solos and break them down and work them out. There's not really an easier way that I can explain to you how you can kind of do that, unfortunately. So the answer to it is to just break it down into parts that you know, okay? So now, like we've said, if you can only remember, you learn that and you learn it good, so you know it inside out. Then you move on to the next bit. So even if it's just right, so you've now got two bits. You've got the okay, so it's all about trying to break it down into parts that you can remember. So that's the really, really important part, okay? Very, very important. Right now, that's just something I wanted to say about the have to move from Spanish to blues style with Layla. Well, it depends what you mean in a sense, Leo. I can see what you're saying. They have a kind of Spanish flavour, perhaps, some parts of the licks and things like that, as well as being bluesy. But I think the important takeaway from this is that you learn what you can remember, what you can hear. So you need to take like this great big solo, which is this long, and make it this long. And then do the next bit, and the next bit, and the next bit, and the next bit, and the next bit, okay? Until you get to where you need to get to, which is here. So it's all about breaking it down so you can kind of remember, you know, the little parts and things. So that's just something I wanted to say on solos, okay? If you have any questions, now's your time to ask them about solos while I'm looking up some of my topics that I wanted to talk to you about. And this is probably a great opportunity for me to actually speak to you about some of the things that I wanted to discuss with you tonight, because it wasn't really going to be the typical Joe show tonight. As I say, I don't know how much of what you've caught from the earlier broadcast to what you were talking about now. But it's been a very, very busy week for me, as well as having teeth pulled out and all kinds of things. So it hasn't been the greatest week for me to kind of get stuff together this week. And so I thought I'd use this opportunity to bounce ideas back and forth and see a few kind of things, okay? So there's a few things that I'd like to ask you. Now, one of the things I was going to ask is, what do you enjoy most about the Joe Show? So now is your time to comment. If you'd like to ask me anything, or you'd like to share your opinions with me, if you can do that when I ask you, it's going to make for an easier show tonight, simply because I haven't got it all at my disposal. So let's just start the ball rolling. What are your favourite things about the Joe Show? That's important to me, all of it, Paul. Thank you very much indeed, Paul. That's very kind of you. Do any of you have any favourite little kind of parts of the show that you like? Learning new things. Okay, so you like Jeff. Thank you for that, Jeff. That's great. Okay. And see, I'm hoping what I'll be able to do, the tutorials on blues licks and everything else. So, okay, that's fine. Me, Joe. Oh, thanks, Pat. That's very kind of you. Stuart, the play-alongs, yeah. I don't know what that is you're saying, Julie. It doesn't seem to say anything. Okay, so come on, keep them coming, guys. This is the time to do it. This is my first Joe show. Well, I think that's Jerry. It's great to have you, Jerry. Patrice, let's see what you're saying there, Patrice. Most favoured are you singing blues. Okay. Jam along, easy going. Felicio, hiya, Felicio. Great to see you. Joe show is perfect. Happy with everything you choose to do. Yeah, your mum would say that. I know she would, wouldn't she? Music philosophy. Okay, well, I've got some philosophy for you, as it would happen, right? I've got a few little quotations for you tonight, because I kind of like being able to give you some little quotes, and I'm probably known for my quotes as well. Thanks. Keep those coming, Paul. That's fine. Fingerstyle tips and things like that. Something for everybody, Alex. That's great. Keep them coming. You know, you can keep those comments coming, because it's of great interest to me what you enjoy on the show, because, you know, I'm going to incorporate these ideas into future shows, and I want it all to be made up of things that you really like. Blues licks and being such a mellow dude. That's very, very nice of you. You're all such lovely people. Mr. Cards, Patrice, and the friendly atmosphere. Bob Hardy, guitar lessons in your own front room. We've got Frankie here. Hello, Frankie. YouTube Aaron, I like the way you go from teaching us beginners to real basics and then play a few songs while singing along. I like it all, but mainly listen to you sing the blues. Oh, you like a little bit of blues, don't you? Oh, I better do you a bit of blues then. All right. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. You've been running around other women, taking money from someone else. Called your mama 3 or 4 nights ago. Called your mama, pack it in, Katie, 3 or 4 nights ago. Put me off. You can run around other women and take money from someone else. Called your mama 3 or 4 nights ago. Called your mama 3 or 4 nights ago. She said, son, don't come around here no more, taking money from someone else. Alright, apart from Katie putting me off. Well done, Katie. Alright, that's fine. It's great to kind of hear from you. So, quotation for you. Remember how far you've come, not just how far you have to go. You are not where you want to be, but neither are you where you used to be. Okay, this is one of my little kind of quotations for you. You know, I'm kind of one for kind of, I often say to you, you know, it's all about enjoying the journey. And it's so true. I'm sure you can appreciate that. It's not about where you've got to get to. It's just about enjoying the journey. All my students, like, say, private students and things like that, the people who do the best are the people who aren't kind of who are just kind of in the moment, you know, just enjoying everything. You know, I think, hey, Barry, that's great to hear. So it's the people who are just in the moment and just enjoying things as they unfold. I think that's kind of really important, which is why I often say it. Okay. Now let me see what we've got here. As I say, it's all about enjoying the journey. Okay. That's the important thing. So just make sure you do that. I'm slowly getting. Now I'm going to show you another thing. Is that when you're actually practicing, it's a great idea to try and practice on a daily basis. Now, some of this stuff, right, might sound very, very obvious, but it's often the obvious stuff which counts, you know? And so my advice to you is to try and do a little bit on a daily basis. I think that's really, really important. That's the way I practice. Now, I've just recently been kind of trying to get another Robert Johnson song together for you folks, and it's one I haven't played for a number of years, and I never really played it very well when I did play it years back. I play it a whole lot better now, but the way I kind of tend to practice things is, in the past I've really absorbed myself sometimes. If it's something I really want to play, I'll simply just throw loads and loads of time at it, you know. So that's kind of one approach, but it's not always that easy for people to throw a load of time at doing those kind of things, you know. So for those of you who don't have like lots and lots of time, what I would suggest that you do is, yes, I've played in a band for many, many years. I've done all that kind of thing. So the important thing is to just do it on a daily basis. And even if it's for a short while, let me show you what I've just done. Let's just say like the kind of, so you can see a little bit of what's happening on the guitar here. You don't want to see my ugly mug, so I'll just let you see a little bit of guitar here. So my typical little regime is that I wanted to learn this Robert Johnson, or should I say relearn it. And so I pick my guitar up for a set amount of time each evening, and I just go through it, and I go through it really nice and slowly. Okay, so I kind of, first off, I just go through the chords I need to play and all this kind of thing, and just get my fingers accustomed to it, because it's very, very difficult to pick your guitar up and immediately be out the blocks playing everything fantastic. So I just want to reassure all of you that that isn't something that even I do, you know. I kind of pick it up. I need 5 minutes to just get my fingers working and things like that, okay? So I've been looking at this one to kind of teach you soon, and I'm going to be doing, from now on in, I'm going to be doing simple versions of these songs, because Robert Johnson is not easy to play, generally speaking. And it obviously depends at what level you're at on your guitar playing and things like that. But what I'm going to be doing from now on, and I started it with Sweet Home Chicago, is do a full-on original version and then do a simple version, okay? Yes, Scott, it's no bad idea to practice scales. It really, really isn't. I'll try and come back to that in a minute, Scott, and talk about that. So, yeah, this new song kind of goes like this. so the thing is with this song is that you find out that the more you play it, the more you can get the tempo going. Initially, it's like most things, okay? It's just getting these kind of chord shapes. Because it can be quite difficult to get your fingers to do these things. And he plays this quick. You get the idea, yeah? And the idea is just get it going smooth until you reach the point where you can just really relax with the song and start getting the speed. So you always start slow. It's always a great idea. In fact, it's the first idea. You should never really start out very, very kind of quickly on this, okay? Because what I find is once I've been playing it a while, start getting the speed. So that's 3220 Blues, and that's something that's going to be coming to you before too long, hopefully. I'm still working on it a little bit. Unfortunately, Robert Johnson doesn't suit my voice at all, which is really, really disappointing, because I do like Robert Johnson, as I'm sure most of you know. So we've got crackly going on, have we? It's probably only crackly when I move my iPad. Stop being so fussy, you lot out there. You should be grateful that we're all in the same place tonight. There's always somebody who's going to have a little bit of a complaint, isn't there? I do my best and look what happens. Oh, it's crackly, it's not too loud. Okay, so now then, let me come back to my notes again. Okay. Now, so I wanted to thank you also. The crackles sound like yeah, the crackles are all kind of part of the 78 sound, you know? Getting a bit of speed now. Yeah, a little bit of speed on that. So yeah, great number that. It's going to be coming your way before too long. So it's another Robert Johnson one. We seem to be knocking through these. And you know, a simple way of playing this song, let me just kind of show you, okay? So, let me just see if I can show you, right? If for anybody who's interested, if you haven't checked out my blues tips, it's well worth a look. Bonjour, Leo. We need the French translations here. So perhaps you can do the French translation. What is I need? What is I need, Leo? I've forgotten what that is in French. Oh no, I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember. Let me see now. Has this type of blues got a name? You know, like Piedmont blues or something? Not especially, Katie. It's Robert Johnson blues. You know, it's just got Robert Johnson all over it, kind of thing. So, for example, if you was playing this in a very simple fashion, you could just play this A. Well, we'll get into that anyway. What I'll do is I'll make some simple versions for you. So, like I say, any new Robert Johnson that comes up will be followed by a kind of simpler version. So I don't want to exclude anybody. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who want to learn the Robert Johnson. So I do have you all in mind, okay? So let me carry on with my questions, folks, because it's really important. So now you've told me the kind of things that you like on the Joe Show, and you really can't put that enough, okay? Today only blues played. Yeah, just the blues so far. Okay, so what I was going to say is, I've asked you about what you'd like to see on the Joe Show in future. If are there any other things that you'd like to see on the Joe Show, or do you like it just the way it is? Do you just kind of enjoy having a little bit of a play? So far we've got like play along, we've got like me playing blues, we've got tips as well, and I'm going to come back and revisit this video so I can see everything that you all said as well, because that's of great interest to me, okay? Now, we've been having this kind of Beatles Fest over on the Facebook group page, and I'm not sure if how many of you have taken part in that, but it's been fantastic. We've had lots of people playing Beatles songs, and I played my Across the Universe. You know that one? Words are flying out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they slip, they pass away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through. Open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jaggeroo. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Okay, so we did this Beatles Fest, as I say, over on the Facebook group page. And everybody was kind of, well, a lot of people took part and posted songs there, which is great because it gives me an opportunity to see what all you folks are doing, you know? Which is just really nice for me. I'd really love to hear you lot playing, and there's still quite a lot of you who haven't taken part, KT. Who else can I think of? There's a lot of people out there. I don't know why I'm picking on Katie, because she's not the only one. There's loads of people out there who didn't post the Beatles video. And I would love to see you post the video, because it's the only opportunity I get to see you lot playing. Apart from when we do our play-along, that is, when we all have a little bit of a play-along. So how about we have a little bit of a play-along? Are we good to have a play-along? Yeah? I'm going to wait for you to all to say yes. Doesn't look like you are, by the sound of things. satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Nobody answered in your place, and he looked so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Come on, Pat, let's see a game slowly stealing as he rushes hard and walks so close to me. And suddenly I got that old time feeling. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Sorry, I'm getting carried away with myself. We're meant to be doing a little bit of a play along, but I love that song and I just can't get it out of my mind. All right, what we're going to do for the play along then? I'm going to leave it to you guys tonight. You tell me, what are we playing tonight? The one with the most votes is what we play. We've got Alberta. No? See, Leo is busily engrossed in French chat here. I hope you do the, don't forget the old patron, Leo, to our French cousins. Le patron. I can hear the hoofbeats. Yeah. Drunken. Okay, what are we going to have? Nobody's being sensible with me. How about okay, that's a no then, right? Nobody up for that? Okay. How about it was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love Mademoiselle. And now the young Monsieur, Madame, rang the chapel bell. Should we do a little bit of that? Yeah, Bob? Yeah, Paul? Yeah? Thomas? Yes? Oh, Alberta, all right. I tell you what, we'll do both, all right? Can we do? All right. Well, we'll do two, all right? We'll do Alberta and we'll do Teenage Wedding, all right? Everybody ready for the Teenage Wedding, yeah? We've got A. E. And that's it, all right? That's all we got going on. Sorry, Joe. Wife's announced T. Yeah, it's a little bit basic for you as well, Jeff, I'm afraid. I'm going to put you to the test one of these nights and we'll play some blues, okay? All right, we're going to go for a little bit of Teenage Wedding. Are we ready? We want an A chord. Are we rocking? Are we rocking? All right. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. That's good, folks, I can hear. They can see that Pierre did truly love Mademoiselle. And now the young Monsieur, Madame, rang the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. Goes to show you never can tell. They had a high-five phone on board and they let it blast. 700 little records, all rock, rhythm and jazz. It was there that Pierre was wedded to the Mademoiselle. C'est la vie, say the old folks. Goes to show you never can tell. They finished up and up with a tune but exhale. The curator was crammed with TV dinners and ginger ale. It was there that the air was wet to the mademoiselle. C'est la vie, say the old folks. Goes to show you never can tell. Yeah, well done, guys. I hope some of you are soloing now. Okay? I'm backing you up. I'm loving it, guys. You're coming through loud and clear. It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love Mademoiselle. And now the young bishop, Madame, rang the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. Bravo, 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 bravo. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, we're not going to hang about. I keep your guitars in your hands. We're going straight into Alberta. Lovely stuff, guys. Alberta, Alberta, where you been so long? Alberta, Alberta, F, back to say so long. Ain't had no G since you've been gone. Alberta, Alberta, where'd you stay last night? Alberta, Alberta, where'd you stay last night? Ain't had no loving, no, such a great long time. Say, J, say, J, say, F. Excellent stuff, see? G, F, Alberta, Alberta, where'd you stay so long? Alberta, Alberta, where you been so long? Ain't had no loving since you've been gone. There you have it, folks. Fantastic. Another round of applause. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. isn't hard to do. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine no possessions. It is if you try. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine open countries. It isn't hard to do. No hell below us, and no religion too. Forgot the words there. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. There you have a little bit of Imagine by John Lennon, which I think is a nice song to commemorate his 80th birthday. John wrote some fantastic songs. You don't need me to tell you that. There's no shortage of great John Lennon songs. Was a great artist, obviously. Really nice player, and I love a lot of his music. And I've covered quite a few of his songs now as well for anybody who's interested. It's really kind of you to join me tonight, folks. It really is. Thanks, David. Really appreciate that. Thanks, Leo. I'm glad that you enjoyed that as well. And I followed her to the station with a suitcase in my hand. Yeah, I followed her to the station with a suitcase in my hand. Well, it's hard to tell when all your love's in vain, all my love's in vain. And I traveled up at the station, two lights on behind. Yeah, right up to the station. Well, it's hard to tell when all your love's in vain, all my love's in vain. to give you all a little bit of Robert Johnson tonight, giving you a feel for your blues. I haven't really played a lot of blues. There's so much blues that I've covered, guys, and so there's really enough. I was just let's have a little look. Only one guitar tonight, Joe. How about some finger picking? To finish off with. To round it off with. Oh, okay. I've got to do a little bit of finger picking for my sister. She likes a little bit of... Play a little bit of Hard Time Blues for you, Jewel. I know how much you like that. It's a lovely track as well. So again, it's another one that you can kind of check out. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird flies, blackbird flies into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird flies, blackbird flies into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. How's that for you, Julie? Is that alright for a little bit of finger picking for you? I hope so. Hope so. Everybody's gone. There's no comments coming. Oh, okay. You like that one, yeah? Oh, that's good then. Okay, so one more thing, right, I wanted to kind of touch on just before I finish off here, okay? Don't forget the 3 finger picking exercises that I gave in a recent lesson. Now, that's only available on Patreon. It's not a YouTube lesson. I'd like to say to everybody here, I know 90% of you are regular viewers to the you know, the show and things like that. Now, I just want to make everybody aware that I have many lessons over on YouTube. There's tons of material over there that you can kind of watch. And if there's anybody out there who's interested in helping me continue what I do, then you can head over to Patreon, where you get a whole load. You get basically everything I've ever taught. It's 7 years worth of work. And I could use your support. It really helps me to kind of continue on doing what I'm doing. So if you haven't visited my Patreon page, there'll be a link down below this video where you can go and check it out. And I would really be grateful for anybody who signs up. I'm hoping to make 400 patrons in time for Christmas. That would be great. I'm up to about 343, I think it is. So it'll be wonderful to have some more of you there if you could, you know, if you're interested in checking that out. That would be fantastic. Wanted to say a great big thanks to each and every one of you tonight for persevering with me. It's not often that we have these kind of glitches, but tonight was just one of those nights. But we made do, and we kind of got through, which was really good. So now it's kind of time for you to give me a little message or something so I can say good night to each and every one of you. And I'm going to start off with, I think that's Frey Beast or something like that. You're obviously a new viewer. And Dave, or how about one last John Lennon song, Joe? You got to hide your love away. Oh, my word, honestly. Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go home, feeling 2 foot small. Everywhere people stare each and every day, I can see them laugh at me, and I hear them say, hey, you got to hide your lovely way. Everybody come on. Got to hide your lovely way. How can I even try? I can never win. Hearing them, seeing them in the state I'm in. How could she say to me, love will find a way? Gather round, all you clowns, let me hear you say, come on everyone, waiting for you. Hey, you got to hide your lovely way. Hey, you got to hide your lovely way. Fantastic. Love it. One more time, everybody. Here we go. Hey, you gotta hide your lovely way. Hey, you gotta hide your lovely way. There you go. How's that for you? Singing and playing along and trying to type and at the same time. Fantastic. Thanks, Dave. I do me best. I do me best. All right, Jerry. Thanks for joining us tonight, Jerry. Great. Giles, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Patricia, thank you very, very much indeed for joining us. I'm sorry for the disappointing start to the evening. Scott, hey is my last name. Hey, Scott, hey. Very nice. Well done, Leo. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leo, for your support. Joel Riddle, great to see you. And the cat, I think that's Jake. I can't remember. Love what you do, Joe. Stay healthy. Oh, you're such a lovely bunch, you lot. Relax now, Joe. I will. I'll do my best. David Stanley, way to bounce back, Joe. Enjoyed it. Hey, David Stanley, I would just like to say a huge thanks to David Stanley, who made a very kind donation to me. Makes life a whole lot less difficult, I should say, for me. And it's tremendously appreciated. So thanks again for that, David. You really are a star, man. Bob Hardy, good night to you. And we've got Ricardo, good night. Glad you enjoyed it, Julie. I'm really, really glad, Julie. You're such a inspiration and a support, and I love you to bits, Julie. You know that already. Best show ever, Joel Riddle. Well, thank you. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us. I always think it's a little bit simplistic for you, Jeff, but it's great that you're here joining me. Daniel, it's not disappointing. You did amazing. Thank you very much. Endless Nameless, thank you as well. Lead Belly, everybody is happy. Joe cheered us up. Well, I'm very glad to be able to do so, Katie. You cheered me up with your funny little comments, putting me off. And then we've got Nao from Costa Rica. Thank you. Just started learning guitar. Is this a place for me? It certainly is. Share Busha, whatever your name is, go down below to my Patreon page. You'll learn everything you ever need to learn. Good night, Mum. Great to have you here with us tonight. Lovely to have you. Do you know Drifting Blues? Yeah, I'm drifting and drifting. Just like a ship out on the sea. I'm drifting and drifting. Just like a ship out on the sea. Well, I ain't got nobody in this world to care for me. Give you all my money. Tell me what more can I do? And so on and so forth. Yeah, I do know it. I've done a lesson on it for you. We forgive you for the F-bomb. Thank you, Katie. You always make me laugh. You're quite sweetie, you are. Leo. Good night, Leo. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for all your input through the week with your emails. I really appreciate it. Big Verdonio, I think that is. Thank you. Thank you. Yay, yay, yay. More. Check. Wow. I've done as much as I can do tonight, guys. I'm afraid. Good night to all you lovely people, and thank you very, very much indeed for joining me. I'm going to be back with you in a fortnight's time, and I hope it's going to be a whole lot smoother than it was tonight. But you're such a fantastic bunch. You stuck with me. It shows how keen you are, and I really, really do appreciate it very, very much indeed. Okay? So you take care now, folks. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all in a fortnight. Thanks for watching. Take care.